So last week was my birthday, and my friends, who I love dearly, despite their tendency to mess up the simplest tasks, insisted on throwing me a surprise party. I should have been suspicious when my group chat lit up with questions like, "Wait, what's your favorite kind of dip again? And are you more of a cake or pie person?" But I chalked it up to their usual level of disorganization. The night of the party, I walked into my apartment expecting maybe 10 people and a store-bought cake, but instead, I was greeted by a wall of unfamiliar faces. And not just unfamiliar, every single one of these people was wearing a name tag that said Chris. At first, I thought it was some kind of inside joke, or maybe a themed party I wasn't cool enough to understand. But then I saw my best friend Sarah frantically waving at someone across the room, shouting, "Chris! Over here!" And 6 different people turned around. It became clear something had gone very, very wrong. I cornered Sarah in the kitchen and asked her what was going on. She stared at me with a mixture of embarrassment and panic. "Well, we wanted to make a Facebook invite, but I accidentally typed Chris into the guest list instead of your name, and then I guess Facebook did the rest." The night turned into the weirdest episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I've ever experienced. Every time someone yelled Chris, half the room answered, drinks were spilled, and a small crowd formed around the one guy who brought his own karaoke mic and belted out "Happy Birthday, Chris" like it was a stadium show. The pizza delivery guy got so confused he just started handing out boxes to anyone who looked like they'd answer to Chris. By the end of the night, my actual friends were outnumbered roughly 10 to 1 by random crises from across the city, a Chris-pocalypse, if you will. Now, here's the kicker: apparently, there's some obscure city ordinance about large gatherings of people with the same first name. Don't ask, it's a long story involving a 1998 date convention that got out of hand. So, due to a technicality, I am now legally required to answer to Chris at all times in public, or risk a fine. On the bright side, at least now when someone yells "Hey Chris!" in a crowded bar, I can finally say, "That's me," and about 50 of my closest friends.